wallahi, it's... Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mine damer og herrer, og everyone in between. Velkommen. And beyond. Hjertelig velkommen til podcasten Dermed Basra.
Is it gonna be in Norwegian?
Volume 6. I'm just giving the intro. Can I just have the intro first of myself? And then
I freaked out.
But we are live. So we are live.
Yeah, it's fine, live.
Yes. Podcasten Dermed Basra, det med meg, Basra. Det episode nummer 6, eller volume nummer 6. I dag så har jeg med meg to icons. Icons of the icons. Two of my favorite people in this queer world of people of color. I have with me Mr. Ahmed Umar and Mr. Hani Asaf. Hjertelig velkommen. Welcome, my dear people, to podcast Dermed Basra. Thank you very much for wanting to be here with me today.
Thank you for having.
Thank you for inviting us and for this beautiful introduction.
Thank you very much. So, I have two things here. And one of them, I use them both if you say something very fascinating or if you say something not very fascinating.
Okay.
So I'm going to be using it.
What if we fight?
You're not deciding anything. The podcast name is Dermed Basra. Who thinks is the queen of it? Guys.
We have two queens here. So
hello. 3 queens today. So we're going to be having a lot of problems. But my dear friends, first of all, this is a podcast that I'm going to be doing in English. This is my first podcast in English. There are 5 other ones. They were mostly in Norwegian. So my English is a little bit rough. But I can mix. But we can do it in English. So, beautiful people. I know you guys. Ahmed Umar, you are, what did we say? Multidisciplinary artist?
Cross-disciplinary artist.
Cross-disciplinary artist. You do everything from visual to filmmaking to a lot of stuff. And Hani, you are the same also, multi-artist doing drag shows and all that. I know you guys, but I want you to introduce yourself to my followers, my fan, everyone who is watching us. So, varsågod, Ahmed Umar. Hani, who are you?
Ahmed Umar, originally from Sudan. I have been in Norway for the last 15 years. I do work with multiple techniques and themes. Most of my, or the subjects that I have been working with have to do with my placement in a society that does not approve my existence or does not even see us, and as well as my relationship to authority and religion and all in between. I use, as I said, multiple techniques because art expression for me is not about the media itself, but the reason behind the media. So I'm not specialized in any of the techniques that I use, but it's what is sensible, what is more delivering the message. Yeah. If I don't know it, I will learn it in order to deliver a message artistically. I try to say my opinions as an introvert person, so art have given me the possibility to be very expressive.
Are you introvert?
I am very introvert. I am.
Wallahi.
Yes, wallahi. You don't see that, but I am.
Good. So you used art as a way of expressing.
Expressing
yourself.
Yeah, of protesting, I can say as well.
More as protesting. Yeah. Madame Hani.
Mr.
What happened?
Hani,
What happened to the headset?
I don't think I need them. I'm hearing you.
Yeah,
you are hearing me.
But it's so we don't talk. But it's all right. It's you
it's
do
like thank you. My name is Hani Asaf. My pronouns are he, him. Frida Marida, she's a she. She's a drag artist. I came to Norway 6 years ago. I also have a lot of talents that I've never been able to know how to deliver my talent. I failed to be all of them before I started to do drag. I failed to be a makeup artist, a fashion designer, a musician, a singer, a director. I haven't been really the person I really wanted to be. I failed in all these things because in a way I failed to be myself. Then Frida is a platform. She's always saying yes to whatever I create. So I felt like she's helping me on an artistic level and on a personal level. That's why she's the superhero that saved me from a very deep depression and made me be seen as an artist.
Can you talk closer to the mic?
And made me be seen as an artist. So with time, now you're asking me, next year maybe I change my answer. So I'm elaborating very fast and I'm changing. I was not as open as I am now. Then I'm changing. I'm learning from everyone, like both of you. I would of course learn something from you and from the society. So Frida is becoming also a place where I can share what I learned. So I started to use her also somehow as someone using the platform of art and being strong, not introvert at all on the stage to just say whatever I believe in, and I was afraid to say before. So she's the artist and the loudspeaker that is helping me to fight back.
Can we say that Farida Marid is your alter ego?
Well, the term alter ego, we always use it and whatever. I think, yes, of course, she's my alter ego, but I'd rather say she's my superhero. She saved me, so this is the thing. It's like she saved me. Since I started to do Frida, I'm not a depressed person. I think I'm one of the happiest I can find.
Does Farida help you to express yourself?
Frida helped me to express myself on both sides, as I said, personally and artistically. So I was not seen. I lived my life feeling that I'm sad, not like I inherited this... or I have always adapted this feeling that I'm this little fat feminine boy that has no enough charisma to show and prove things. So I was shy. If I tried to sell a music to an artist and they say, no, it's not our thing, I stay home and stop creating for 6 months. I was so sensitive. I was always afraid for being different in the kind of art that I do, also as a person. So in both places, she helped me a lot. I think on an artistic level, she opened everything. So now I'm creating, and I was creating since ever. On a personal level, or as an activist, I'm still discovering. This is what I'm saying, that I'm changing. Because now I started to dare to go on Facebook as Hani and fight about gay issues and whatever. Things that you used to do a long time ago, you know? So she is the one who's making this change. That's why I said I'm changing, because I'm learning.
I think it's very much the same as well, because working with art have provided me with the courage I needed to for the fight that we are fighting, and without making the projects that I worked with, I don't think I would have been able to face the society as strong with my opinions. So yeah. Viva Farida. Viva.
Thank you.
You guys would you guys define yourself as activists?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I mean...
Have you always been activist, or is it something that came?
I mean, for me, I really...
when did the activism?
I have like like an unease whenever I'm labeled with something or as an activist. I am a person who wants to live the life that I deserve, and I'm gonna fight for it. And what happened in my case, that I shared this life, which is, I think my life is pretty simple and kind of boring, but I'm enjoying it. And
your life is boring.
Honey. But I mean, it's not a different life. It's not it's not a different life from any like person who does not have like a different sexuality. I work, I do things exactly like everyone.
No, not your hair, for instance.
Oh yeah, my hair is different.
Then you have something different.
That's my territory. So
Okay.
I mean, but yeah. So I shared my life, and it became suddenly something in a Sudanese context, something sensational, as there haven't been gay people who have opened up about their sexuality, and not only that, but with pride. So the label of activist came to me without really like doing something other than sharing my life. But yeah, for me, activism or activist is more. It's kind of a job sometimes. Like if you're like an NGO person or someone who systematically work to change something. I built my own system. I share my life, and I have also this ambition of creating a Pride festival in Sudan in 2030, the Nile Pride 2030. And yeah, this year we're gonna march as the Nile Pride 2030 for the first time in Oslo Pride Parade.
What are you gonna do? Can you tell us more?
I'm gonna carry Sudanese flags.
Can I be the water?
Are you gonna do it alone, or do you have a group?
As of now, I am going to be
All by yourself?
alone, or I'm gonna bring Denise, my friend,
Yeah.
who gonna carry the other side of the banner.
Oh, okay. So now it's big banner.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
like a banner, and I have sewn Sudanese flags, so we will not be missed. And
A big Sudanese flag.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and also, my hope is that in the coming years, that we're gonna be larger here in around the world, but also in 2030 that we will have a the possibility of being ourselves in Sudan without risking our lives for that. So it's a big campaign that will last for years beyond 2030, but 2030 is just like the scare date. Like, we're going to have a Pride.
In Sudan.
Wait for it.
Okay, how will you lobby for it, if I can ask you? How will you get people
as for
to-
now, I'm not lobbying that much. I'm using the platform that I got after coming out of the closet and having a lot of, especially Sudanese people following my social media accounts. And I can reach in few clicks to over 100,000 people. And they share. Their hate is serving me big time. And for me,
reclamation without needing to pay for.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they're
Adversary.
really helpful.
Yeah.
They're really helpful. And my strategy is that I'm going to provide the information that is needed towards equality, towards respecting different kinds of lives. So as they say, I'm gonna shove information deep down into their throats, because homophobia and phobias in general, that has to do with other differences or differences between people. It comes from fearing the unknown and also not knowing the other side. Like, I mean, I had a lot of people who have, when they saw me and I greeted them like just like decently like everyone, they were like, "Oh,
You're a normal human being.
is this Ahmed Omar that everyone is talking about?" And I'm like, "Yeah. What do you expect?"
You know,
Big, ugly monster.
You talking about social media, my vision towards what you do on social media has also changed, because at the beginning I was like, oh, why is so much fighting and grabbing all this attention? And now I started to feel like I have this power. When I started to feel that I have this power to be, when I started to have this power to answer and to have conversation, I started to learn.
Yeah.
And every time I'm able to have a conversation in a diplomatic way and keep going as much as possible, I feel like I'm doing a very good job.
Yeah.
And then I started to feel like, oh, this is so important. It's not, I don't care what people gonna think about me and what is the motivation. I started to feel like, oh, I'm practicing how this conversation should be. And I noticed, because the question was, are we activists or not? Also 5 years ago, I've been told that I'm an activist. I'm like, no, I'm just doing my art. And the fact that I'm a drag artist of minority background in Norway by itself is activism.
Definitely.
And what I started to know and notice that I have this confidence to talk, because I can go on the stage and talk even without preparation and say whatever I have been through. It's by itself activism. So I started to see that I have a power, I have a platform that I can use for good things. But I didn't know that having sex in a hotel could be also a platform for me. So
Can you elaborate, please?
Of course. Of course.
How is the type of activism to have sex in a hotel?
I will let you know. 3 weeks ago, I went. 3 weeks ago, yes, please take a note. Grindr. We start with Grindr. Well, I was in Krakow with Oslo Pride, filming Krakow Pride, and it was the first time I traveled after being stuck in Norway for so long because of my paper thing, and I was so excited to meet all the new.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. All the new people. So I was the new meat in the new city. And a lot of people are excited to meet me.
A lot of flies gather.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I was with a guy, we chatted a lot, and I thought, oh, I found my husband, my future husband. He sent me pictures, videos, and nudes and whatever on Grindr, and I was so excited to meet him. We chatted for 2 days, and I thought, like, this is gonna be the guy that's gonna go with me to Oslo, or I'm moving to Krakow. Then, after finishing, and the hormone level has changed in our bodies because we definitely finished. We started to talk.
Nice. That's the one.
And he told me, what are you doing here? I said, I'm here because I'm filming Krakow Pride. He said, guys, why are you provoking straight people? I was like, sorry. We were naked next to each other. I said, what do you mean? He said, I know Poland more than you, and they are majority. I asked them and they said they don't like Pride. I like, seriously? He said, yes, these Polish people, they are doing so much provocation towards the straight people here. I said, hold on, are you seriously talking this? Darling, you are in this room because of these people that you are making fun of. You are in this room because you are on Grindr. You are on Grindr because of these activists you are talking about. You are in this room fucking with fucking me because you have been able to do so because they gave you this space. You sent me nude pictures because of them. You sent me videos of you fucking because of them. And you are telling me you don't need them? Imagine you live in Uganda or Saudi Arabia or Lebanon where you don't have Grindr. He said, you are talking with me with in superiority. I said, yes, that's why you have to go out.
Oh, wow.
I
So you
kicked him.
out.
Yes.
Good
And
on
then
you. Good on you.
I'm not so
Damn.
happy because I went and I told the people, my colleague, about what happened in my bedroom. They said, oh, it happens a lot. I said, no, I'm used to be on the stage. No one is making conversation with me. I just say whatever. And I'm not diplomatic. I cannot be a politician. I can explode.
But, yeah.
And the night after, I got another Polish guy and opened the same subject.
I am here to film.
Don't ask me how many guys I met, please.
Yeah.
And then I learned from
For later.
yeah. So I met this guy, and it was the same conversation. I learned from my colleagues that it happens a lot. And if I'm living in my cocoon in Oslo, it doesn't mean they don't exist, because usually If someone
Yeah, so those are gay people saying to you, as you are both of you
gay
gays,
people
saying to you, why are you provoking the hetero?
Yes, why
علينا.
did you come from Oslo to film the Pride? Does it really matter? I'm like what? But this one, I was so soft with him because he was not soft with me. In a bed.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I can be nice. Then the conversation went through a political and less aggressive way, and I started to ask him why you're saying this, why you're blah blah blah, and then I started to notice that okay, I'm learning. That's why I'm saying I'm changing, because usually I don't go through conversation, and I was able after the second fuck to make a conversation.
Yeah.
Because usually the hormones change after you come.
Yeah.
So
learning a lot about sex tonight.
he didn't want to say you're right, but he was able to say, okay, let's not talk about this, and hugged me and fucked me again.
Okay.
Simply because I was nicer. So yes, I'm an activist.
You're an activist, yeah.
Finally.
What a story.
That is a story.
How we can top up this story. But yeah, I
You
believe.
get the point. It's a provocative.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here.
Yes.
But it's kind of like, sometimes I think about it, especially right those days that we have this debate in Norway, the gay flag that have been burned so many places, and then many people are writing articles here and there in the newspapers. Why do you have to push it? Why do we have to have pride in the schools? And actually, I was talking to some of my friends on the weekend, and I was like, it's pride is something. I am LGBTQ, and I am very proud of it. But it feels like you don't need to shove it down the throat of other people. Okay?
We need.
Why? Because
we are saving.
Because our lives are in danger.
Yeah, but
we get beat up in the streets.
But we are not the only minority who has been.
Yes,
so why do we have to put up with it?
Okay, but that means that so the Samisk people, the Palestinians, the countries who is going through oppression, and everyone
we have to fight for that. We have to fight for our rights to exist as Palestinians, as LGBT plus, and we have the right to be respected and live in peace.
يعني هلا ما بنتك لتتحرر فلسطين أو تجي الكهرباء بلبنان.
There is no priorities in rights.
Yeah.
Yes, there is no priorities in rights.
There's no priority.
This is my right to exist. This is my right to love the person that I'm loving without you interfering in my life, without you making my life difficult.
Cool. Why? Let's take an example. Black Life Matters. Oh, not only Black Life Matters. I mean, the slavery, the whole Black revolution that happened in America. They were also fighting for the rights, and they were also fighting for freedom, right? Yeah. And they were taking a way of like political. We have to lobby for ourselves. We have to fight for our rights. But no one was shoving down other people's throat by saying, we're gonna have this month, or we have Black History Month, that's February, but no flags that you have to, everyone has to celebrate and everyone has to.
What's wrong with flags? What's wrong with celebrating our love?
It's colors. It's a flag.
It's beautiful colors.
It's beautiful colors, but there's other ways. So for each each way, there's a way. So what's the relevant point here? Like, why we are doing this comparison?
Because I think
we learn about this in the school. It's in our program that we should not be racist because of race or colors. So it's not also written in the school yet for being gay. So it's fine if we are putting it in the throat and making parades.
But why are we fighting it through the flag? Why do we not take the start point is like we have to go through the political, the rights. Right, like we have to fight in our
Why do we have to babysit everyone and come exactly how they want us to be? Can't you just like take a mature decision that I'm not going to interfere with these people's lives? So we would not ever need a celebration, or it's not even a celebration. It's a march. It's a protest. The Pride. So we don't need to protest every year because. We are beaten up in the streets. Our jobs are like not easy to get most of the times. And if you're a minority, then forget about it. It's even more difficult. So we have to we demand we're gonna get these rights that we need, whether you like it or not, with flags, without flags, we are getting it.
We are getting it. I am thinking. I totally agree with you. As I said, I'm going to be playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
We are fighting with people who's using verses of Quran, right?
Yeah.
قَوْمُ لُوطٍ مَا قَوْمُ لُوطٍ. And then you're coming, and then you're saying that I'm going to be waving with a flag. Isn't it like fighting someone? Like you have to fight the person with the same weapon that they're using against you, right? They're using religion. That's something that's very fundamental. And you're talking about flag. You have to like fight them in, let's break down the verses that you're using against me.
Yes,
right?
But wait, I tell you something. When you're fighting with religious people of across religions, they are coming from a position of they think that they come of a position of superiority. They are better than you because they are right. You will not be able to sit and dissect their Quran verses. And you, as a person that they look at you as a sinner, they look at you as a person who doesn't know better, and you want to sit with us and dissect our Quran and our religion, they will not accept it. But you have to come from an equal side. This is what I have what I have come through after many years in fighting with social media. If you fight with a person and you come with a position of equality, you insult me, I insult you back.
Okay.
You respect me, I respect you. I come always from a point of respect at first, but if you become an asshole, then I'm an asshole. Okay. With a flag.
But do you get something from this? Because when it reached this, I stop.
Definitely, you know.
For me, when I had a conversation about schools, parade, and kids, and a pam. I was so calm and nice. And at some point, I felt yes. When it is about parade and schools, of course, I'm gonna make fun. Blah blah blah. It was like we reached a point where it is like poof, it's not rational. There's no respect, no rationality. Yeah. I stopped answering. I'm done because I felt this person. If I can make it change, I already have done it. But if I'm gonna put this energy of being, if I want, I put it. I create. I like to put bad energy, so I fight with people at Ramatusen. It's fine. So it is a decision that I make it. But I know if it is because I want to put my anger out, or if I want a result. If I want a result, I don't do it. If I just want to put my anger out, now I can fight.
But I tell you something. Every interaction that I had with someone who is a very homophobe, it have had a trace on their lives. I mean, some of them have come many years after, and they were like, I'm sorry for being that mean with you many years ago. Now I understand better. Just because I came face to face with them. But when you, that's at least my strategy.
Yeah.
If I
maybe you're right.
retreat,
I'm saying I'm changing.
Yeah, if I retreat or something, then it's a sign, at least for them, it's a sign that he just retreated because he's not even right. You know, you talk with people that are not ready to learn anything because they feel that they are better, and their religious texts would say that they are better, and they are arrogant. They are arrogant by default. They are like fed arrogance with like their mother's milk. Yeah. That they see everyone who is different than them as not worthy of respect.
I was in relation with a Muslim guy. I was in relation with a Muslim guy, and it was Ramadan period. We were only allowed to have sex after iftar and before the thing, and it was only sucking.
What?
Ooh. I was only able to suck.
No penetration.
No, it's not good.
Well, he has
so this is
Vadir rules and regulation. But I have to say, I'm like just responding to what both of you said. It's like
no, you don't need to respond to this topic. I'm just making it funny. I'm just spicing it up.
But when it comes to, like Ahmed was saying, that people are coming when someone is discussing with you homophobia. I'm not talking about homophobia, but I will define myself that I am. My view on, for example, different type of relationships like open relationship, polyamorous, and all those. I will define myself as someone who is a little bit more into the conservative. You know what? One person. Call me naive, but at some level I believe in like the marriage. The all type of marriage, but there is also some type of things that through the years it has also changed for me. Like okay, marriage is not that strong, and if you marry someone, you have to stick with that person for the rest of your life, no matter what. That is like some beliefs that I had, but now I don't have it.
For me, I don't see any logic in marriage, for instance.
Yeah,
and
right?
we can talk about that. Yeah.
But then I'm thinking about when I'm sitting with people and then we are talking about different type of being in a relationship with other human beings. It's and I am thinking I have my own meanings. I'm saying that okay, people who are into open relationship, they have this and this and this, and it's for me as Basra, it's coming from that type of because you have insecurity, maybe you're not ready for it, and you're using that as a camouflage or a cover. Blah 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 blah, and I am sticking to my point that I believe that if I am gonna have a relationship with one at a time. I am a human being. We don't sit and do works and jobs, and then we at the same time we do 5 different or 3 different jobs. When it comes to relationship, and if you're like want to really know the person and you want to like
You are talking
explore.
with multidisciplinary people.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know
This is
both
so
of you
different.
like
I'm
the-
waiting
the
for
burning-
like
How the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Do you dare to say this in front of us? Like,
Listen, it's my fucking podcast, so I can fucking
Okay.
say what I want.
So,
Listen to
okay.
me. Otherwise, I would just mute you guys. So then I would talk. Good luck with that. And it's not coming from arrogancy. I'm not talking with them, but it's
Yeah,
belief
it's
that
not
I
going.
have.
But it's listen. If you want to have a relationship
Jesus.
with this cup,
Go for
it's your thing. I don't care. It's your body. It's your heart. It's your emotions. You deal with it. But
Stop
the
making
moment,
taga.
the moment you come and say to me like you have to have a relationship to this cup,
Only that cup.
then I'm gonna break it in your head.
The moment I come and say that to
Yes,
you,
the moment that you want to apply your rules in my life, then we disagree big time.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying
this is
that.
my problem with the whole like society and the majority in each society, that they want their rules to be applied in each and every single one.
Okay.
And this is not going to happen. Even they cannot really follow.
So you're saying
what
that
they want.
conservative people, conservative Christian and Muslims, you don't need to push your gayness and your
They can
openness
be
and
conservative
as
as much as they want.
long as
Yeah,
they're
because
keeping it
it
to
could be
themselves.
it could be not logic for us, because for me marriage is not logic, because
Yes.
how the fuck can someone, because I have my very close friends that I can have very long conversation for so long, and these are people that I have nice conversation and I enjoy and I gossip with them about everything. And there's some people that we match very good in sex, but we don't have very good conversation. And other people that I can handle to have with me in bed, to sleep together and watch a Netflix without very deep conversation. Why? Why should I find this person that can have this and this and this? How can I compromise with something? How can I have a boyfriend or a partner or a wife or a husband that I can go to my very best friend that I managed to have all these very deep conversation and gossip about them, or say something that this husband is not able to understand? So for me, the concept of marriage and white dress and blah, 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 I'm doubting it. It's just something that we inherited. Who said that this is the right thing?
It's an old
You know?
trade.
But if you want to do it, do it. I still like to do it because it feels something.
It's good for your economic too, especially in a country like
What
Norway.
if we are 3?
It's
It's way better for our economy.
Yeah, but
So-
you cannot marry 3 people.
Why
cannot,
not?
why not?
Why not?
Then we cannot.
Because the marriage is an institution between.
Yeah, you see, this
I
is
know.
like
Yeah,
the
it's good.
structure that
Yeah.
the society is trying to force us to follow.
That's true.
We can be 3 people in love. Why
Why
not?
don't be 4?
Why not
Habib,
4?
One
أنا
woman
واحد
and
ما
3.
I'm not finding
Exactly.
one. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
finding one. Let's be with one first.
But
Then we all
yeah,
get
I mean, this
I
is
can
this
marry
is
you.
what
No, I'm
we're-
just telling you this.
Yeah.
No, because you are asking me about conservative see things that they are. No, we are pushing it. It's from insecurity. No, marriage is from insecurity because you need
definitely
someone.
yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
also every marriage gonna
I feel attacked in my own podcast.
If it is gonna be a nice ending, the marriage should end by a divorce.
Yeah, that is the
So
good
what is the
ending.
point
And what
then?
is marriage? Like, I mean, if we come to the origin of marriage, it's actually a trade. You get our daughter, we get money.
Oh, exactly. And the white
This is-
dress, like I cannot imagine in
was actually
2023
more-
women still wear white dress.
And
go for
her
the wedding.
father walk her down the aisle.
Yes,
yeah,
like why?
Baba.
I want to be the
people-
man and wear a white dress, and she wants to be the woman who get fucked, and they go inside her, and she identify as a woman but wear a red dress. Why it should be
Huh?
white dress?
But honey, now you're going out of. Come
Oh,
back,
it's
come back.
YouTube.
Come
Okay.
back. No,
Okay.
fuck it. Say whatever
No,
you.
but I'm serious.
No, it's true. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
why? Like you see,
But
because
yeah.
we are used to copy paste things. We are used to have lunch.
Why don't you
breakfast,
make?
blah.
Okay, well, we are actually right now saying that we, the gay people, we just want to fight for our own rights. We want to live our own life.
Definitely
right?
not. Definitely not our rights. I mean, by fighting in our rights, we're giving everyone the platform to have their own freedom. It's not only ours.
people, yeah.
It's every different people. Every people who are different from the majority. I mean, I'm very 100% sure that within the majority there is a lot of people who really are not happy about the structure.
Yeah.
They want to live the freedom, and we, as LGBT plus community, we remind these people that your lives sucks. We are liberal, we dare to love the kind of love and relationships that we want, and they cannot, because they are sticking into marriage and these traditional things that they have no decision in. Why don't you make your own kind of relationship? Why not?
By the way, speaking of which,
Do you think it's very easy to people to create their own relationship?
Yes, we are different.
We are
are
different.
7 billion people, 7 billion ways of loving.
I know, but
I mean,
we are talking
yeah.
about culture. We are talking about tradition.
fuck
We're
culture.
talk-
Yeah.
Culture and
Who makes
tradition
culture?
is tabbouleh, is pizza, is whatever. It's not my body.
But
It
who
is
make-
what you wear. It's not my body. Culture is
Exactly.
not my body.
Relationship.
Amen to that.
Thank you.
Relationship.
It's tabbouleh. It's ice cream. It's pasta.
cuisine, the
It's the
good
cuisine.
cuisine.
Okay, talk about culture. When it is my freedom,
What
identity,
about
and body.
what
Another
about
thing
the
as
color,
well.
the
I
clothes?
want to add another thing. Wait until I add my other thing.
Go for it.
Who makes a culture? It's us.
Me, you.
It's
three.
us.
Living
Honey
together.
loves 10 people.
That is a
He
culture?
makes a culture in his
Actually,
own.
this is what happened in Krakow. They were 10.
Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Astaghfirullah. Behave yourself.
Honey.
Astaghfirullah.
Where were you, Habibi? Habibi, that is a big problem to give you the Norwegian passport and you go and do
I don't give a
Maasi.
fuck.
Maasi in the whole world.
Fuck off.
Astaghfirullah.
By the way, speaking of what he's saying, sorry for interrupting,
No,
because
yeah.
the more I learn about our fight, the LGBTQI plus fight,
Please, no.
the more I understand about Black Lives Matter, the more I understand
Definitely.
about Palestinian rights, the more I understand about the rights for women if they want to wear a hijab, the more I understand about everything else.
Can I just shoot something that my friend right now told me? Working in the Palestinian committee.
Shoot.
And she was like, Palestinian committee has the rainbow flag and the Palestinian committee logo. Imagine, Palestinian committee. So and we are fighting for rights in Palestine and everything, and people are supporting that. When they had the rainbow logo, why are you having the rainbow logo? No, that's so wrong.
Yes.
That's so wrong.
Yes.
Imagine, so you cannot say people who is discriminated are you are doing that. Maybe it's not all the LGBTQ, because I have met, and we're coming to talk about that, the majority white LGBTQ, the white queer, they don't, and some of them are racist actually, racist against people of color LGBTQ.
I mean,
so
assholes
not
are
because
everywhere.
you are a minority doesn't make you automatically become open-minded. Some of us are. Some of us. I don't know how it comes, but not all of us are.
I'm saying
Even
the more I learn,
Palestinian and
I said
apartheid.
the more I learn. This is what I said. The more I learn, if you don't learn, then you're gonna be racist and whatever. But the more I learn about how to fight for our right and what does it mean, the more I believe that I have this right. The more I believe that Palestinian has right, Black Lives Matter, and all these things. The more I'm able to understand them.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. But if you're not learning, then you're dumb. And even if you are gay.
Yeah. But
It
you're
doesn't
fighting for
matter.
LGBTQ.
Yeah. I mean,
Like all the
You are
Okay.
fighting for yourself.
Well, there is a bunch of us that have inherited the privilege of being in a safe place and being in a skin color that makes their lives easier. Many of them, they don't learn that easy about the fight that we're going through. And as Hani said, you learn by seeing, and we evolve, but we go through it faster because it's essential for our lives in order to get jobs, in order to get the place that we deserve.
Yeah.
But for them, it maybe I'm very generalizing right now.
Ahmed,
but
I think it's true. But I think there's something the middle, and not everyone. Not
We're
everyone.
not generalizing. Everyone has a weak point in discrimination and not able to see. Even me.
Yes, of course.
Even each one of you. So it's fine. Let's admit.
Yeah.
I
A
don't
few times
discriminate.
ago, you don't know. You don't know.
I am
You don't
100%
know.
that I do not.
You know something? A few
How
days
about
ago,
marriage now?
Oh, okay.
I'm preparing my show,
Yeah.
and I'm working a lot. A few days ago, I went to my friend Ahmad, living in the same flat, and I sat next to him, and I told him I have a confession. Ahmad said, "What?" I said, "I didn't shower for 3 days." He said, "Yeah, I can smell." I told him, "Ahmad, why didn't you tell me? Like, I'm meeting people all the time, and I'm so busy. I'm literally working 24/7." He said, "Because I didn't want you to feel bad about yourself." I said, "I wish you told me, because I should have." And then I started. Well, there's a little bit. The difficult thing is we cannot smell our smell. It's very difficult to smell.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go to someone say you are discriminating, they're gonna tell you are so sensitive. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You smell. Go have a shower.
Yeah.
I wish you understand. Remove smell and put discrimination.
Yeah.
This is happening a lot on this country. And I always try to say it in a different way. You have to admit that there's your mistake is the most difficult thing to notice. You need to listen
you
to
do.
others. So if that's why I started to say, I'm a homophobe, I'm a transphobe, I'm a racist, I'm an Islamophobe. I start to say everything bad to myself in order to figure out that definitely I'm not perfect. Because when you go to a white person saying you do blah, blah, you are sensitive. Of course I'm sensitive.
I'm a human being.
You have to know why I'm sensitive. That's why you have to understand. Because very little things. So if you're gonna keep saying, no, I don't smell, then you're not gonna change. So let's everyone try to smell themselves properly and listen to others
That's what
and
they
go
say.
have a shower.
You stink.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do the job.
Can I ask you both questions, since both of you are coming from the Middle East? And
But there's a lot of difference between Lebanon and Sudan.
yeah, but it's called
We have
Okay.
chocolate.
Middle East and,
Okay.
Africa. Yeah, I
How we
heard
discriminate.
that is like, let's talk about the discrimination coming from the
Learn
Lebanon.
smell your stink now.
bitches. And you live here in Norway, and you have both of you had your like coming out journey here in Norway within the majority of the white people, and being people who's coming from the Middle East, which is the difficult fight to be arguing with your own people in your home country, as I told you. Ayat al-Quran verses, and your own cousin and your own uncle is the one who is saying to you what happened to you and who fucked you and who raped you when you were younger, or the discrimination that's coming from the majority, and the fight that we all as queer people of color, we have to prove ourselves here in Norway. Not only queer people of color here in Norway, we have to work 10,000 more, doubles as much as the white person is doing, just because we are having a color. And then
That's why I'm stronger than other people.
Yes.
yeah, but why do you have to be stronger than other people?
Why not?
Because
I'm
they are getting the same thing that you are being 100% stronger without being strong. So why do you have to put so much energy to get a home, to get a house, to be able of renting a livelihood?
This is the
and getting
situation.
a
Either
job?
I decide
Why do you
to
have to work 10,000 more? Where is the difference? Yeah, go.
Just so you know something, you are comparing Lebanon to LGBT community in Norway. I believe that fighting in Lebanon is way more difficult than the LGBT community in Norway. But also there's Norway, and this is the worst, because me as a corporate person trying to sell my services, it was way easier for me to have a presence and a place in the LGBT community more than the whole Norway. So let's also give some credit to the effort that the LGBT community in Norway is trying to do.
Okay.
So this is something that I always try to say, because I was facing both. And of course, the queer community is way more healthier than the general community in Norway when they see me as a minority.
Do you think that you get more accepted because, not as a Middle Eastern man, but as a queer Middle Eastern man in Norway? That if you were Honey doing the exact same shows, but defining yourself as an hetero, let's say, and not being queer, would you think that you will be accepted the same way, or do you face the discrimination?
I think I would face more discrimination, simply because I still believe, even if you don't agree, that the queer community is a little bit better than the general community. Because, than the majority. And compared to Lebanon, of course, the fight with Lebanese is way more bigger. This is my point of view.
Oh, with the art.
Yeah. Everything, because I started to fight Lebanon now. It used to be this long time ago, but I started now, and I'm like struggling. Like, where can I start? Because they are not used. They see me from a very there's a very long distance between both of us, but. The LGBT community in Norway, they are not able to smell it. So they feel that they are close to me. They are so close to me. There's no much distance. They don't see the problem. So they don't see that I'm different, even if I'm different for them. But it's easier to have the communication. This is my point.
Is it the same for you, Ahmed? Or do you, what's your view? You have been in Yarma with the community, Sudanese community.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big difference between the Sudanese and the fight in the Sudanese context and here. I think here I got some platform, but it's not that I got it because of my color, because I work hard. I work very hard, and finally I'm seeing the recognition that I think I kind of deserve.
Yeah.
And it's I'm kind of lost for I lost my thread right now.
No, but I think seeing you on the social media, I think the harsh fight that Ahmed is having on social media from Sudanese people is unbearable. So it's like.
I read it in the comments section on your social media and in Facebook. The Sudanese people, or our people, they're using the argument, now that you have the red passport, now that you have been accepted with the white, why are you coming and ruin it for us, the other people who are still there and living in Sudan? So they're using that against you. Do you think that there's some truth in that?
I mean, well, I'm definitely using my privileges of having a Norwegian passport. Definitely. I mean, if I have a Sudanese passport, it would have been much, much more difficult. I would maybe have been not able to travel everywhere, or not have the slight protection that I'm getting it, which is also unfair. Like having a Norwegian passport, meaning that my life is more worthy than my friends'. It is crazy, but yeah, for the majority of like haters that I have, it's very easy. I mean, they look for a reason, a justification to keep hating, because especially after following for a while, and I've got a lot of like. People who repented from hate and
Tawabun.
Yes, and they and when they see also my position when it comes to the revolution, women rights and children rights, and they, when they see the human, they start to think of other things that makes them still, their hate still valid. And they try to block each other from seeing these parts that are that can make us as people not enemies. So yeah, it is. I mean, just continue, and
it feels like you have to prove yourself time and a time again. I am a human being. That I
mean, I'm. You know, my least concern is proving myself to someone. As a person, I have a lot of dreams and ambitions, and I set my goals that I'm working very hard to achieve, and there is I mean, once you're doing it for someone else, you will get bored very quickly.
What are you talking about? I'm doing this for someone else.
You're gonna suffer. That's literally the recipe of unhappiness if you're like dedicating your life to someone else. My ambitions are mine. I want to be an artist of a say in the international art world. I want to raise my voice the loudest. I want to change something. I want everyone, regardless of sexuality, to live in peace in Sudan. I don't want to live here. Honestly, I want to live home in Sudan.
Okay.
Norway is my home as well. But I'm Sudanese, and I love Sudan a lot.
A 6 month of darkness is a little bit hard.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's be honest about that.
I mean, if you switch any mobile phone with the song, everyone would dances with you in Sudan. So I miss that.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're not so lucky that our country is Lebanon as well. I mean, I love Lebanon. I want to go there. It was, you know, Lebanon have been promoted for us like the country of the sin and misguidance in the Middle East. Like the Lebanese channels that showed all, like Bassem Frali, for example, is a Lebanese drag queen that I used to love a lot, and I found a lot of like inspiration. Even when I was a kid and I did not really understand what is drag, but when I've heard that like it's Bassem, this is a boy's name, and he has like this voice that you cannot figure out sometimes whether it's traditionally male or female. So it's an inspiration. And
Lebanon is very open.
Yeah. I mean,
well, and things. So the fight when it comes to religion, it's not something that I face. For instance, that you mentioned, this is what I wanted to say. Like, Lebanon is different because it's not my fight. I don't know if someone gonna talk about religion, because like for me, it's like, oh really? You're gonna talk about religion? Fuck off! Like this is how I do. It's because I'm Lebanese and mainly I'm fighting with Lebanese, and we talk about other things. So now the debate in Lebanon is it okay to have parade in school? Is it okay to show kids?
The same debate that they have here in Norway.
Yes, so this is the thing. So this is what is happening in Lebanon, and this is what
they're not using Quran versions to fight against.
Not with me, because I'm mainly from a more Christian area. So where I fight is
There's
people
Bible.
on the social.
The Bible.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
It's not happening. It's not something that it's more about like, oh, this is not normal. There is a lock and there's a key. You cannot use two keys together. Like, this is what I was getting to today. There's a lock and there's a key.
One. Yeah.
So it's about like using science.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like the socket and the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So that was the conversation of today.
Yeah.
So it didn't go through Bible or through religion. It's more like what's logic or not.
Not logic. I want to ask you because one thing actually I really wanted to ask you, and I see that time is actually running away from us. But it's my podcast, so I don't know. No one's gonna kick me out of here. So Keep on watching, bitches.
You
But
better behave.
yeah,
Otherwise we will kick you.
but as coming out,
Yeah.
it's not. I think that's the biggest thing that you can do in your whole life, like coming out, because coming out is a freedom. That's kind of like the higher being yourself and whatever. But at the same time, it costs so much. The cost for us, and I'm saying us.
Not really. It's giving a lot.
No, but let me finish.
Sorry.
Sorry. When it comes to family, because we human beings, we are social animals, right? We have like parents, mothers, brothers, sisters, and all that, and we are collective, and we the relationships that we have from our young age, it den skaper oss, det lager oss, it makes us to who we are.
Yeah.
And then talking, one time I was in therapy and we were talking about the coming out, and the therapist says that, like, when you're coming out and you know that you're going to lose everyone that's close to you, your mother, your father, your family, and everyone that's supposed to support you and who has always been there to support you, it's kind of like you're standing on a cliff and you are there and you say, if you jump, that's when you're coming out. And you know, when you jump, you don't take yourself, unless you want to commit suicide, right?
No,
but unless you don't want
jumping. It's not. I'm staying high. Come on. Hey.
So mental has give me. I need.
Yes,
I need
I
that.
mean, the best thing that I have
It's lonely.
ever, the best service. Thank you, me, for coming out.
I thank me and myself.
I really thank myself endlessly for do this down.
Exactly.
That's for the coming out. Filtering every toxic person, no matter how close they are. A toxic person is a toxic person. If it's a father, a sister, or whoever is close to you and do not want to see you happy and evolving, this is a person that does not deserve to be in our lives. So, coming out and having people who have made my life difficult and having them in masses out of my life and building a new family, building a new friendships that are made of people who love me and who care for me and wants my best and want to see me smiling and happy and not depressed. Come on.
But it's lonely.
I would pay money for that.
But it's lonely.
No, lonely.
Lonely?
You are with yourself, at least.
You know, yeah. I mean, the best gift that coming out is have given me is myself. Before, I was a slave for everyone's opinions. This is my freedom, although it costs a lot when it comes to my safety and everything, but damn, it feels so good. It's really good.
Okay.
When lonely is better than feeling uncomfortable with other people. No, I prefer to be lonely. I was lonely all the time, actually. I was way more lonely.
It was more lonely.
It was more lonely.
How many relationships, how many friendships, how many people do we keep close just because we want to belong? You just want to be part of a group. You want to be belonging to someone. Well, this is my
belonging
friends.
to yourself is more important.
And walking around, but I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
But I will add to that because young people.
Yeah.
And special people coming from our countries, right? And they're coming to this country. You don't have network. You don't know anyone. And everyone is trying to, in the beginning when I'm seeking asylum, who am I close to? Wallahi, Somalis go to Somali, Sudanese go to Somali, Sudanese, Syrian go to Syrian in the asylum camps. And then you go to introductions program. And the levels that you go, you always try to have someone because you come to a new country. You cannot also, in addition to being in a new country, new language, be all by yourself. We are all by ourselves in the apartment. Most people from other countries, when they come to Norway, they're complaining about it's like so lonely.
Yeah,
so
but
lonely.
how worthy it is to have someone in your life who is toxic, who as you said, you feel very uncomfortable and you hiding big parts that makes you happy from them.
Yeah.
I feel lonely if I'm there and not being myself more than I'm alone in my room.
Yeah.
I feel more lonely when I'm there.
With those people.
Yes,
Because
Like
I
you
feel
know,
more lonely.
Having
Of
this
course.
censorship control from your head, and it paralyzes you from being happy.
I need therapy then.
Of course, to be honest, when you were saying how, I was saying everything starts with mental health.
Yeah.
Yes.
I worked a lot on my mental health and understanding what does it mean be me.
Yeah, but
Then
it's also
when you notice this and you are so sure about yourself, then you will be in a good relationship with your aloneness. Then you are happy to be alone, and then you are unhappy.
You will be comfortable in sitting with those uncomfortable feelings.
They won't be uncomfortable feelings because I love myself. I love the time when I'm alone. I love it.
Self-love.
I love myself. Then when you are facing all these things, then if you are afraid to be alone, then there's a problem. Because everyone should not be afraid of being alone, because you should not be afraid of yourself. Then there's a problem that you have to solve. It's not about you, and then you go back to the toxic people.
Yeah, you're running about thoughts in your head. That's why you cannot be all by yourself. Because once you start being by yourself, that is when all the thoughts comes. They're attacking you.
Which thoughts?
Like whatever thoughts that you have that's making you feel uncomfortable with being alone.
Then you
with
need
yourself.
a therapist.
But like imagine being with yourself and thinking, going through everything that you have done, every gesture that you did with your body, every sentence that you have said. Did I say it in a masculine way? Did I say it in a feminine? Would they accept my opinion there? Hey, this is, when I forcibly removed these parts from my thinking, I got more creative. I got more happy in general. It is really, such a relief to not give a fuck about what people think about me when I'm wearing in the street and when I'm going in the street and wearing this beautiful makeup or wearing a crop top or not wearing that enough clothes. This is so good. It's so good to just be free.
Be free.
مين بيعالجيك?
Who's
your shrink? Who's your therapist? I want the same therapist. Give us the name. Give her the name. We need your therapist.
What is your uppskrift, as they say, for a happy life for a queer person of color living in in Nordic country, Norway?
I think we are so colorful. We are so colorful as people of color. We are so colorful. I'm not comparing. I emphasize we are so colorful, and this is making us so special. We are able to make our space more colorful. It might be quite more challenging than other people, but they don't have as much tools and as much colors as we have. Then it's a privilege. We should use it.
I mean, living and socializing with human beings is challenging anyway. So have the people that loves you and start first with loving yourself and just accept that you're different. You're not going to be like anyone else in this earth. And being like someone is boring. Just embrace the beautiful you and find the people who love you. It will take time. Fine. But when you build a relationship with someone who cares about you, then it's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And that will give you and help you further in life.
And adopt a cat.
Adopt a cat. Yeah, cats are nice.
Cat lovers.
Yes.
Well, meow. You need to record that. Meow. I have to say that we have talked an hour, and I could continue and talk to you guys because we have some other things that we didn't talk about. Another hour. My boys, beautiful boys. I'm very happy that you guys
feed us, then we can talk for another hour.
I just fed you, both of you, bitches. Come on. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for this amazing conversation. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed talking to you guys.
Thank you.
And I felt like my heart is pumping and my adrenaline is coming, and I'm just like, Jesus, those drama queen.
Wow.
Bitches, you scared me.
Yeah,
Felt like some moment that you were mansplaining yourself. Gay guys still fucking guys with dicks. So suck your own dick. Mina damer og herrer.
What are you talking about? Hey! That need a lot of flexibility. I'm too old for that.
Yeah, anyway, suck my pussy, bitches. Mine damer og herrer, and everyone in between, tusen hjertelig takk for episode nummer 6 for podcasten Dermed Basra.
Arabs would say, like, we used to say, like, film 6, no, like, or film number 6, it means, like, sex or porn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Film 6, episode 6,
Episode 6, and we're talking about 6.
And you're talking about 6, and you started it with 2 sexual experience.
No, I didn't start it. It was after 20 minutes. I waited.
Mashallah. Thank you for coming.
Thank
people.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you and happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Join us in the Nile Pride 2030.
Yes, inshallah. And
June, my show is on the 29th of June at 6 p.m. on the main stage of Oslo Pride.
Yes.
Don't miss it.
She's gonna be great.
Yes. Farida Marida, Ahmed Omar.
I'm smelling a lot because I'm working for this.
Go and shower, babe.
Go shower.
Thank you very much. Yalla. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bong, ping, pong, chicka, pong, ping, ching, ting, ting, dong.